And again, at the same time, every coach, every person has their strengths and their weaknesses, and maybe you're a little weaker in one area. That doesn't mean another area you can't make it up for.
Was this something you tried to address with Mike, communicating better?
We talked about a lot of things. He and I would talk at least once a week as far as sitting down in his office during the season. A lot of times I go and see him on Sunday. And
so over the weekend, it was almost clear by his words that he knew that there was trouble somehow. Did you get a sense of that today when you said, okay, this is over?
Well, he handled himself with a lot of class and dignity.
How much of a role does public perception play in hiring a fireman?
I think you obviously have to get people in your stadium. That's critical. You have to pay for everything, and you have to have fan support for your teams. At the same time, too, there's a lot of times where you say, you know what, we're going to be okay. We need to stay patient through this time, and I think you just need to evaluate each case individually and decide where you are, and then make your best decision that you can at whatever point that is.
You certainly weren't here for his whole tenure, but can you kind of comment on what you think he did well over his 8 years?
I think he took over a very challenging situation, and I think he got a recommitment and a dramatic improvement from a football perspective. He made us better. From an academic standpoint, our graduation rates have improved, and from a social standpoint, anytime you're dealing with 100 kids, you're going to have an issue or two, but I've been very pleased with where he's been there. He and I have never butted heads from a compliance or an academic standpoint. And at the same time, too, if you're going to keep score, you might as well try to win. And you got it. And that's a factor of being a coach.
Were the players surprised?
You know what? It's hard to tell. They're 18 to 22 years old, and now that my boys are getting a little bit older, Nicholas and Davis, sometimes you never quite know what to expect as far as a reaction. And so I think it was a pretty typical response. Just some nodding heads up and down, some concern. It was a mixture.
Had you met with him before?
No, I don't. Philosophically, I don't believe that you. I'll meet with the team as a group, but any conversations I ever have with a student athlete, the head coach is going to know about it.
Is there anything you lean towards, previous head coaching experience or anything like that?
I think you need to find the best coach, period. And I think the model where schools have hired sitting head coaches has worked great at times, other times hasn't worked very well. I think the model of hiring assistant coaches has worked great at times and hasn't worked great. And so I don't think you can box yourself in on that whatsoever. You need to understand where you are in the marketplace, where it is this year. Each year is different. And so we just need to pay attention to those details and make the best decision based off of what's available out there.
Is it a kind of a truism that every AD has a list of guys that they'd call right away when something like this happens?
You want to always have some thought processes, sure. Absolutely.
Chris Peterson's name's already been thrown around. Is that a candidate that could possibly be part of your search?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about individual candidates.
You guys have a history, or you know each other?
Oh yeah. All right, everybody still awake?